That's right, Lucha Underground fans. Welcome back to Slamtown. Lucha Underground returns with episode 20 after a long hiatus, and tonight we do it
all night long
again. Like I said, welcome back, folks. I've been waiting for this for a long time, so we're going to crack a cold one. It's not a Modelo, but hey, congrats on the sponsorship at Lucha Underground. So yeah, we're sipping a cold one, and we're going to go over some highlights for this return episode of Lucha Underground. Whew, number 20. Man, it has been almost like a half a year, it feels like. It pretty much has been. Holy crap. Been a long time. And, I was going into this with a lot of excitement, but I really didn't know how it was going to come off. Either it's going to be like an hour long of a stinker match, which knowing Lucha Underground and how it's produced, it was not going to be that. But it came off grand, in my opinion. And I don't understand. I've seen a lot of negative. I've seen a lot of negative feedback for this episode, and I don't understand why. How they did this match from beginning to end, how they paced themselves for what was basically it's an hour episode. The match itself was like 45 minutes long, and how they paced themselves throughout it was incredible. Even the commercials, and congrats to Lucha Underground producers for this. The commercials were well placed, unlike other companies who, right in the middle of the hottest part of the match, we're gonna go to break. What? It's like they did it well. When Mundo was injured, they went to break, and that was perfect. And even though the injuries were fake and he got a lot of heat on it, there were it was great. Mundo was the ultimate heel in this, because this match had shenanigans, interference. There was no DQ, which means everyone and anyone could have showed up for this, but it had just the right amount of other people coming in to keep it going towards, about halfway through the last, I'd say, third of the match. It was a perfect amount of surprises. And I'm going to kind of just bounce all over here and just give my thoughts on stuff, so just bear with me. When Mundo went under the mat, okay? And then all of a sudden, what looked like Mundo coming out the other end, it was perfect. The camera was right there, someone with long dark hair, and he was covered. I went back and I watched it again, and it's like, wait a minute, how could you not tell? No, you couldn't tell. He came out, the hair was down, he covered himself up like he was kind of injured and running at the same time. PJ Black did that perfect. You could not tell, other than looking at the pants. But it was such a flash, he did it so quick. You couldn't tell. It was great. And then Mundo comes out, and they get him with the kendo sticks, and Son of Havoc, coming down. He even got some, pyro smoke behind him or whatever. Comes out to even the odds. That was great. Oh man, Sexy Star jumping out of the band, out of the the band, what do you call that? The band platform, whatever. Because they're right above one of the entrances there. Sexy Star diving off on top of PJ Black and Mundo, and that was a shocker. That was a shocker. When you go back and you look at it a second and third time, when the band starts playing again, you see her there. She's got the mask on. She's got she's got a sombrero on, and she just kind of blends in with everyone. You don't think about, hey, is that? No, you're not thinking about that at all, because you're just like, oh, the band's playing, and Mundo's about to win. No, and then Sexy Star tosses down the mariachis, whatever they call them, and dives on top of PJ Black and Mundo. That was tremendous, And even what the hell's his name? Even Ricky Mandel gets a bit in this. Wrote down a ton of notes. Not going to go over everything. Just there were some really fun moments in this match that kept it going. And integral parts of this episode that put you on the edge of your seat. Like the crowd. The crowd was losing their mind. The best chant of the whole thing, besides all the holy shit chants, were even holy shits from the commentators, Stryker and Vampiro, completely uncensored for this one. Oh my god. That is one thing they do, is they don't, they try to censor themselves a little bit, but man, they really, they get lost in the action, and it's a beautiful thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Holy cow. Yeah, by the way, it's so good to have Matt Stryker and Vampiro back on TV calling the play-by-plays for this stuff, isn't it? It really is. It really is. So welcome back, Matt and Vamp. You've been sorely missed. I've seen Stryker on House of Hardcore matches here and there over the last few months, and I've seen Vampiro do little appearances here and there on the AAA episodes, because I've been kind of keeping track of Kevin Cross's stuff and Mundo's stuff on there, and Taya kicking ass. But man, it's freaking those two just bounce off each other so well. Let's see here. Max starts out the episode with a monstrous bitch slap. Oh my god, that thing was so loud. Mundo getting some significant pins and some ones that really pissed off the crowd. The second one really pissed the crowd off. Probably pissed off a lot of people at home, considering he was like, did the roll up and then was hanging onto the ropes. Yeah. How did the ref miss that? Because he did, And he said it, the other ref outside of the ring is right outside Dario's office. How did he not see that? Oh, because he's outside of Dario's office. Duh. Of course he's not supposed to see that. He's just supposed to be there for whatever. What they say? Oh, Matt getting in a modified Uranagi, the cannonball in the corner. This is all earlier in the match. The power bomb and the pin. Finally, Matt getting his first one after Mundo getting two. Oh man, and that's just 15 minutes into it. Then they started doing these strike for strike things where they're, doing kicks and slaps and chops. Oh my god. That was nuts. Mundo doing a standing Spanish fly. Oh, and then the spinning dive right after that off the top rope. to Mac on the outside of the ring and then faking the injury. That dive was sick. And if you play it back and slow it down and where he lands, when first time watching it, you do believe he's injured. At least I did. I was like, oh, this is just ugly. It was beautiful. But then afterwards, he grabs his leg and he's like, oh, but it just shows how good Mundo is. You love him or hate him, Mundo's good. He really is. And then, let's see. Then halfway through, Mundo's up 2 to back with 1 pinfall. He's injured. And Mundo comes back and, he fakes the injury. Gives Mac a low blow and DDTs him on the bodyboard or stretcher or whatever you call it. And then he's up 3 to 1, and it's just like, oh, this is just not looking good for Mac at all. But Mac finally got in some good offense. They went up the stairs, and after body slamming him on top of the board, strapped him in, Mac slides Mundo down the stairs of the temple strapped to the board. Seriously, folks, where in the hell are you going to see stuff like this anywhere else? You're not. That is your answer. You are not going to see stuff like this anywhere else. Where else are you going to see someone strapped to a stretcher board and slid downstairs? Oh, wait. Anything? No, I didn't think so. And then right after that, Mac gets another pin, stunner pin, and the crowd's going apeshit at this point. Return of the Mac chants are just loud as hell, and that's another beautiful thing. I just want to just focus on for a second. This is a match that was supposed to last an episode. The entire episode is one match. And the guys can do so much. They can bust the shit out of each other. But if the crowd is dead and sitting on their hands, it's not going to come off the same. It's just not. And there is nothing worse than a dead-ass crowd. How many times have you watched a 3-hour Monday Night Raw and the crowd is dead for like 3/4 of it, with the exception of a couple of spots, and it's just, the crowd is just freaking sleeping. This place, oh my God, that is one of the beautiful things about Lucha Underground, is this crowd, with the exception of like one episode that I remember reviewing in the first half of the season, and the whole episode was just off because the crowd was kind of dead. And that's a perfect example of that. This crowd was fired up. I mean, fired up. Rose to their feet on several occasions throughout the episode. And then, hats off to everyone in the crowd also making the place shake. When the crowd's on fire, man, there is nothing better than watching an episode of Lucha Underground. You're on the edge of your seat. People are going ape shit. It just adds something to the episode. It does, that's why classic ECW is so great. Not always great. It wasn't always great, but the crowd was passionate, and this is the same thing. So yeah, that's another thing I've really missed, is just sick ass crowds going nuts for professional wrestling, or whatever's going on. People sliding down the stairs and shit. But yeah, then the shenanigans really pick up, and I'm not going to go over everything bit by bit again. But Son of Havoc shows up. One thing I want to touch on: Son of Havoc showing up, evening the odds out for the match. Knocks on the door because the Mac is out. Gets the beer. So yeah, like I said, cheers to Modelo for the this and Lucha Underground for the sponsorship. Dario comes to the door with the water. Son of Havoc slaps it out of his hand, and the crowd even knows. The crowd knows the Mac. He said, "Get him a beer. Get him a beer." Oh man. Dario comes back with 2 beers. Son of Havoc cracks them open, dumps them on the Mac. Of course, some idiot's out there is gonna say, "Oh, that's alcohol abuse." Actually, I'd probably be the first one to say that, jokingly. But yeah, that woke him up and then got him through the rest of the match. Now, unfortunately, and this is what pissed off a lot of people, I think, overall, if there was anybody to be upset about how this match went, was how it ended, unfortunately. Me, it was so good, I didn't care. I was just so happy that they were back. It ended in a tie, 3-3. And you were talking about people losing their mind and getting out of their seat, was watching the Mac climb that ladder and that splash through the table. Dear God, that table. Someone have a moment of silence for that table. Should we? Okay. Moment of silence for that table. Okay. There you go. Rest in peace, Lucha Underground table. Actually, several tables. But Dario comes out pissed off. "There's no ties in my temple." Screaming, holding the mic. And next week, the match is going to continue. An episode, of course, making sense, is called Sudden Death. The next pinfall in this match that is continuing in the next episode is going to win the championship. And it's going to be interesting to see how much of the episode it takes up. I'm guessing a third or half of it. I don't think it would go all night long again, because looking at the description, I just looked it up before I sat down here. Looking up the description of the episode, it says Phoenix and Cuerno are also in the episode. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know. Not that that's really a spoiler. I'm just saying. But it says the championship match is also listed as part of the description. So we'll finish this next week, and we'll find out who is the champion. Whether it's, well, I'm kind of, I mean, as good as this was, I was almost, hoping Mac was going to win it in the end, even though I really didn't think he was. But they really had you going there for a bit. So yeah, cheers to everyone. That was just epic. Yeah, kind of a stinker of an ending, but man, jeez, that's had you going through the whole thing. It just shows how good these guys really are and how special. And I'm gonna say this probably, I don't know how many times throughout the rest of this season 3, which from what it sounds like, we're gonna have this till let's see, going into October. So that's gonna be a hell of the rest of the season 3. We got 20 more episodes to go, probably give or take 1 or 2. Man, and this is how it's starting. You better hang on. So yeah, welcome back, Lucha Underground. You have been sorely missed. Give me your thoughts. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know. You know, and you know, like, you know, if you don't troll the shit out of this. Of course, I'm probably going to get some trolls on this, but you know, I love to hear responses from fans. If you loved it, great. If you didn't, tell me why. Talk to me. I love talking to people. If you're going to troll, I'm going to troll you right back, and you know, kick you out. But yeah, if you want to discuss it, please discuss it with me. You know, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, whatever. You know, I'm good with that. God, I've missed this. I really have. It's been too damn long. So yeah, let me know what you thought in the comments below. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Yeah, better hold on to your butts. It's gonna be a hell of a rest of the season. See you down the road real soon. Peace.